Today is 24th May 2023, and we are conducting this special session on English grammar and general science, especially biology section. So specifically for UPSC, NDA and any examination which is conducted for Army, Navy, Air Force and Naval Academy, and for UPSC, civil services and so many examinations, so many other examinations of India, there is important portion, important section, that is English grammar and general science, especially biology. Okay. Today's the session, our emphasis is on these are two important sections. Okay. And here is Dr. Rodricks sir, who has been associated with Sambodhi Career Academy since long, almost since 2007. He qualified UPSC Civil Services examination, and in UPSC Civil Services examination, there are 22 services. So for the knowledge of NDA students, IAAS, IPS, IRS, Foreign Services, Income Tax Services, Customs Services. So likewise, there is Indian Defense Account Service, Defense State Service. Okay. So Dr. Rodricks sir got selected in 2009 batch as an Indian Defense State Service officer. The most impressively, he topped in interview. He was all India topper in interview. Okay, during the same batch, for the same batch. And under his guidance at Sambodhi Career Academy, many students could qualify different examinations. Okay, so once again, I welcome Dr. Rodricks sir in this very special session, which is almost combined for NDA and the civil services student. Okay, and sir, today you are batsman and your responsibility is to guide students. This is the orientation lecture basically, to guide students about English and biology section. We conducted this foundation course on NDA students. We started on 22nd May, and yesterday also we conducted 3 sessions. Okay, one was on SSB and another was on maths. Okay, and third section, it was on general studies. Okay, so now this is our last section for NDA and NA foundation batch. Okay, so over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mangesh sir, for your kind words, and good morning to all of you. So as sir has already given my introduction, so there is no need to say further. So thank you so much, sir. And now I think all of you are very interested. I think many of you have joined, and really it is a wonderful thing to see all of you, that you are so interested in trying to pursue for one of the most prestigious exams conducted by the UPSC, that is the NDA. So I'm sure we are going to have this interactive session, which I would like to see that how much also, I mean, what is your real perspective and why you want to do that, right? So we will see with the syllabus, then we will go a little bit on previous year's question paper, and we will try to find out. So you'll get a basic foundational knowledge of how to prepare for this subject.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
आवाज थोडासा कट होतो.
कट होता
आवाज
है?
थोडासा ब्रेक होतो. हाँ, ब्रेक होत होता. आता ठीक आहे.
आता ठीक है ना? Okay. Okay, yeah. So we will begin with that. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. I'll just share something. Yes. So as you can see on the screen, we have the syllabus, which is there under paper 2, general ability, right? So you know that. Now English, that is part A, it is divided into part A and part B. So our topic for today is part A, and which has total 600 marks. So out of that, 1/3, that is actually 200 marks is there for English, which is quite a sizable amount and very huge proportion which it covers, right? So what does it include? Now, basically, as we go through the notification tells us the question paper in English will be designed to test the candidate's understanding of English and workman like use of words. The syllabus covers various aspects like grammar and usage, vocabulary, comprehension, and cohesion in extended test to test the candidate's proficiency in English. Now let us get a clear understanding of what exactly these words mean. And I mean, you have a fairly good amount of knowledge of each of the words which are there, but taking it as a whole, I mean, to see it comprehensively. Basically, this is more of a practical exam. I mean, they want to test your knowledge on the practical application of the usage of English. That means when you are practically, I mean, in the field, on the field, how you're going to relate, how you're going to speak, how you're going to communicate. So your reading ability, your vocabulary, your writing, so all these skills, basically, they are being tested. So they are basically trying to see whether can you perform the applied part of this, right? So more than, having a completely what you call as a very theoretical kind of a knowledge here, the practical application of English or practical usage in day-to-day life. So that is what the UPSC is expecting, I mean, from you at this level of preparation for the NDA and NA. Okay. So now, no doubt, when you have been preparing now, all of you range from 9 to 12 standard students, as sir has informed me. So I think so, you'll have had, you'll have your sections divided into chapters where you'll have poetry section, you have prose section. In the prose section also, certain part is dedicated to grammar, certain parts are there, right? Then certain parts you'll work on vocabulary, then comprehension, and then, so I'm going to touch each section and try to give you a better understanding that how you can improve on that, how you can orient yourself towards this exam. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. Is this clear till here, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, grammar, I think all of you are well versed. I mean, most of you, practically, I think 90% to 99, I believe 90 to 95% of you may be well aware that grammar, basically, what we talk about grammar here is they are talking about the, various kinds of your studied. What are the parts of speech? Anybody? Hello?
So noun, pronoun.
Noun, pronoun, okay.
Verb, adverb,
Adjective,
adjectives,
preposition,
conjunctions.
interjection.
Correct, right.
Adjectives.
Right. Okay. So now you all know that there are 8 parts of speech. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Now see, now they are not expecting you to know the 8 parts of speech. Now here, what I'm trying to tell you is that they're trying to see your practical application of the parts of speech. Okay. So we all know that there are 8 parts of speech. We have noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, conjunction, interjection, all these things you are aware of. Now, what this exam is trying to expect out of you to see how you're going to apply this practically. So that is a theoretical aspect, that you understand that this is a verb, this is a noun, adverb of time, place. So, so that is not the question which they are going to ask you. So that is at a theoretical level. Now, what you need to go is beyond that. So how we are going to understand that what, like now, supposing if I say, if I'm using a particular word, now in one place, supposing say now here, if I'm speaking right now from here from Thane, right? So now a person say staying in the United Kingdom, okay, and a person staying say in the United States of America, okay. Now these two, the word that I am going to use now, supposing if I use a very common word, like say I live I live in a flat. Okay. Now, what is the other word for flat? If I have to give my address, I'm going to say that I live in so and so place, in so and so. Am I right or wrong? Correct or no?
Yes.
Yes.
So, what is the other word for flat?
Apartment.
Apartment. Good. Anything else?
House.
Housing society.
Okay, that may become a very full general. I'm talking about a particular specific. When I say flat means it restricts to a particular place, right? In the housing society. So now you understood that in a particular, when we're using the word, we are using this word. So this word can have another word also. It can have another word. So now supposing say, now why they are trying to test you on this is because when you go to different places, the words which may be used may be different, but they may be having the same meaning. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So when I
Yes,
say flat, now in British English, now basically we need to understand that why, because the classification, like in British English or say in American English, the words are different. Some of the words that we may use. So supposing if I say now I have to pay my rent. So in India, I might use a different word for that. I might use a different word, or if I might call a landlord, right? Now, so if I say I have to pay my rent, now in British English and in American English, the usage of the word rent will be different. Do you get what I'm trying to tell you?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So basically, why we are trying to see that you understand this, so that as an officer, wherever you are sent and wherever you are posted, you have to be able to understand the usage of these words in those particular areas. So basically, when you are trained as an officer, you are trained in such a way that if you are in, say, you are posted far off from the country also, you will be able to understand those words which are very similar. So one of the way that they do this is to try to find out that how much knowledge we have or how we are going to have the practical application. So others, we should not be confused. Now, if I say rent here, they might just talk about it in terms of a bill payment, or they may talk about it in terms of receipt, or they might talk. So these are the different words that they can use. So various words can be used in different places differently, but which may have the same meaning. So one of the way to do that, the UPSC is trying to test you is on one word substitution. That means how do you substitute this word? So do I know the meaning? Now this is very key. So that's why what is mentioned here in the syllabus is that grammar and usage. So the usage of this parts of speech. So each word, how it can be used differently. So how do they ask questions based on this? Basically, they will try to ask you a question, as I just told you, one word substitution. That means how will I substitute this word for another word? Or what other word can be? What is the most appropriate word for this? That's exactly how I'm going to try to understand. Did you all get it what I'm saying right now? Is it clear till here?
Yes, sir.
yes,
Yeah, good. Then another way of asking the word is like now, similar words, what we all know, all of you know as synonyms. Okay, synonyms and antonyms, that is the opposite words. So basically, like somebody says a word, now what is a similar word to that? So another way of trying to find out whether do we understand that words, as I said, so basically the whole English, if you look at the preparation of this entire paper of yours, is working on words. That means, are you all following what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Now, that means what do you have to do? What do you have to work upon? What is the basic area you have to work upon?
Vocabulary.
Absolutely right. Good. So now more than vocabulary, I want a very more specific, very simple thing. What you said is correct. Vocabulary is formed of what? Vocabulary is formed of what?
Meaning of word.
So words, basically the whole thing of this exam, they are trying to test is the application and the usage of words. How one word, what is the, like say, supposing what is the synonym of a particular word, what is the antonym of a particular word, how a particular word can be used to substitute. Okay, see, it is like, when we make a sentence, the usage of the words can, it can change the meaning. So, like, I'll give you a sentence, supposing Ram brought a car. Okay. Now you tell me the parts of these sentences. I mean, how are you going to divide the sentence?
Subject and object.
Subject and object. Only that is there?
Verb.
Verb. So you can see there is a specific formula. S plus V plus O. Now, English language is more like a mathematical language. Okay, so it is that S plus V plus O. And now, if I use any of the words, supposing if I want to say, okay, the verb, now Ram bought a car. So bought, this verb, how it can have a difference. Or supposing now, if I say bought, what is the synonym for bought? I'm giving a very simple word so that you understand. You're getting my point, what I'm trying to tell you?
Purchase.
Yes, purchased. Another good, very good. Another synonym?
Acquired.
Acquired. Okay. Still another synonym?
Buy.
Buy. Okay. But now see Ram. Okay. Still fine. Okay. Buy.
Paid for.
No. Paid for will not be. Still it's closer. Okay. What else?
Got.
What will be the antonym?
Sold.
Okay. So
Purchase.
Purchase is the synonym. Okay. So can you see with one word, you can use the word in so many ways. You can try to, now if you have to substitute that word, you can substitute that word. You can find a synonym to that word. You can find an antonym to that word. You can substitute that word. Are you getting my point? What I'm trying to tell you?
Yes.
Then you can change the usage, how it is used, whether it is, if you're speaking in the active voice or you're speaking in the passive voice, what kind of word. So basically the which tense you're going to use, whether Ram will be buying or Ram has bought or Ram will buy, all these things, active, passive tense. So all these things are going, that means usage of the, so unless you know the proper, the foundation, that means the parts of speech correctly, then how they can be changed, the tenses can be changed. So it makes complete perfect sense that when you understand the words, so basically the whole language is playing along with words. So whenever you are reading, supposing if you're reading some articles or you're reading maybe some magazine or you're reading a storybook or a novel, basically you try to find out, how they're using the word. So when you start to do that, it is a very easy way to start learning and to improving yourself in the language. That means, okay, now if a word you hear, you may have not heard about it before. And then suddenly you hear that new word. What is the meaning of that word immediately? Now, how do you work on this word? Now, there is a way, the vocabulary, as one of you mentioned. So words have great power. Okay, remember, all words have great power. So what you need to do is to find out, first of all, what is the meaning of that word? How do you find out the meaning of that word? How do you find out the meaning of that word?
By finding that word in dictionary.
We're
Okay.
Googling it.
1 minute, sorry. Yes, somebody was saying something.
Sir, by searching it on Google.
By searching it on Google. Still not a satisfactory answer. Anybody else? See,
Searching that word in dictionary.
okay, dictionary. Now, dictionary becomes a very, very heavy thing. What you said is right. And it is good now searching with a dictionary, and we have to keep a dictionary undoubtedly. Now, let me tell you a very, very crucial and important way to do this thing. Okay. Now, every word, has a root word. Have you heard of this before?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, how you can improve your vocabulary? I'm going to give you one of the most important way to improve. There are various methods. Various people use various methods, but one of the most important way to improve is by using vocabulary. Now, how to improve your vocabulary? It is a very powerful builder, not by looking at the dictionary. Dictionary, yes, you have to look if you don't know the meaning. Okay. But very important, we are going to see. So I'm going to give you like this some words so that you understand that how that word can be used. Then how you're going to use them in different tenses. So how to build a good vocabulary. Okay. So just a moment. सर एक मिनिट स्क्रीन शेअरिंग थांबवा ना.
हो स्टॉप केलंय मी.
Is the screen being shared? No.
तुम्ही शेअर केलंय का काही?
नाही अजून नाही होत आहे ना. एक मिनिट.
नाही केलं नाहीये. तुम्ही करा.
So now we are going to see how you're going to work on these words. How you're going to build a vocabulary, okay? A very good vocabulary. So you can see 14 basic words are given. Can you read the 14 basic words on top? Can you see the 14 master words?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I'll read out the words to you. Just pay close attention, okay? Detain, intermittent, precept, offer, insist, monograph, epilogue, aspect, uncomplicated, non-extended, reproduction, indisposed, over-sufficient, and mistranscribed. Now, how to understand the meaning of the word? Supposing if you don't know the meaning also, okay, there is a very key way to understand the meaning, and that is what we call as root words. In English language, it is called as etymology. That means basically what you may have learned in even in the other languages called Mool Shabda in Marathi or Dhatu Shabda, okay, which you understand. So the same way in English language also, each of the words have a root word. That means there is some foundation from where it has come or from where it has begun. Now, English language traces its origin from Latin and Greek. Okay, so the basic, many of the words, though now many words are borrowed from over 110 languages of the world. Okay, so even Indian words have now come found their place in the English dictionary. But basically, more or less, Latin and Greek have the major this thing. Okay, so how to understand? Now, if you look at the first word, detain. So D is a prefix. I think all of you know what is a prefix and a suffix. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah. So you can see now how by identifying, breaking the word, that means the syllable, like how you pronounce the word based on the syllable. So when you try to understand a word by a prefix, so say now detain. So D is a prefix. Okay. What is the meaning of D? The meaning of D is down or away, the prefix D. Similar way, you look at all the 14 words, each of them have prefixes. Can you identify all of them? Can you see the whole list? Some of them may have 2 or more prefix. Are you following what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Now, this is one
Yes,
of the very, very fast way of improving your vocabulary. Normally, what students do, they take a vocabulary, they try to find out the meaning of the word. That is not a correct way. Okay, that is a very painstaking and an incorrect way to improve the vocabulary. So go into the dictionary and look at the dictionary, but rather the major way to improve your vocabulary is by trying to find out the root word. So by this, you can improve your vocabulary by leaps and bounds. Okay. So I think all of you have got now what are the prefixes, which are like for detain, we have D. For intermittent, we have inter. For precept, we have pre. For offer, we have of or ob, or they alternate. They are alternate this thing which can be used as a root word. Okay. Then insist, then in becomes this thing, or IM or IL or IR. Then for monograph, we have mono, which is the prefix. Then for epilogue, we have epi, which is the prefix. Then aspect, it can be add, AC, AG, AL, AN, AP, any of those. Okay, alternate spellings which are there. Okay. Then uncomplicated, un and com, these both become prefixes. Okay. Then non-extended, non and ex, they both are again prefixes. Then reproduction, re and pro, both are again separate prefixes. Okay. Then indisposed, then in and dis, they both are again prefixes. Okay. Then over sufficient, over, and sub or suf, or any of those alternate spellings can be used. Right. Then we have mistranscribed. So mis and trans. Can you see that most of them have at least 2 prefixes? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, what you're going to do? Can you see the master words and the root words? Somebody of you is trying to draw on the screen. Please don't draw anything. Can you see the root word now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what is the master word? Detain. Right. Then what is the root of the detain? Now D, you remember, is what? Prefix, correct? And tain is the root word. So the other spelling for tain is tan. Ten means it can be not, other words, okay, which can be formed. So to hold. So the meaning of tain is to hold. Now, can you form other words using the root word tain? Did you follow what I'm saying? Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you form other words with the root word tain?
Retain.
Retain. Good. Then?
Extend.
Not extend. Okay.
Entertain.
Sorry.
Certain.
Entertain. Correct. Certain. Good. Sustain. So can you see just with one root word? Sorry, pardon me. So are you all getting what I'm trying to tell you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you can see now, look at all the other root words. Okay. Look at each of the root word and try to see the meaning. So there are other spellings to that and see the meaning. So once you understand the meaning of that root word, it becomes very easy for you to try to figure out. This way you will have, built. So each root word, you can get at least 10 to 15 other words. So once you know the root word, the meaning of the root word, you add either a prefix or you add a suffix, and that's how you form the word. And that's how the word, and then the meaning to those words are further explained. So in this way, what happens? You get a broader perspective, a broader understanding of the knowledge of the word as well as the root word. You get the meaning of the root word and your vocabulary also starts building. And in this way, you also understand substitute words. So like if you have detain, then you will try to find out a substitute word for that. So when you're working with one word itself, so whenever you're reading, say a newspaper or you're reading some kind of a article, you will begin to try, or you're reading some kind of a novel, you try to find out the words which you are knowing, some common words, try to find out what is the root word. This way, just by doing a normal reading itself, you are going to increase and improve your vocabulary. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now look at this. So you can see detain meaning is to keep from proceeding. So the police detained the suspect for questioning. So you can see the usage of the word also, how you're using the master word and where you're using it in the sentence and how it can be used, whether it can be used in a verb form or what other form it can be used, we need to understand. So this is the way, if you get the key word, that means the root word, the master word followed by the root word, the meaning of the root word, following other words with that, substitute word for the root words, and then the usage of that in sentences, it is going to improve and increase your efficiency. Is it clear?
Sir.
Now look at this. How to build words from prefixes. So 3 words beginning with each prefix listed. So all the prefix. Now see, supposing for example, we take the prefix, first word was detain, right? So we take D means what?
Down.
Down or away. Okay. So now we are using form other words. So we have formed, there are 3 words which they have given. Look at this example. Now you will understand. And now you form 3 other words and you're going to tell me. Are you following what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So do that. Form 3 other words with their meaning and use it in a sentence. And you can tell me. Apart from these 3 which are given, okay? You can see the examples which are given already. But now I want you not to use this. You use other words. Try to form, using this prefix D, you try to form other words. Am I clear to all of you?
Can we use different word?
No, different words only you have to use. Not the same words which are given here. But using the prefix, the prefix is the root word here.
Sir.
John was stuck in a desert.
Okay, good.
The object that I saw was desirable.
Desirable, okay. Now see, now there can be a problem with certain words, okay, because now desirable, DES, des. So that becomes a root word by itself. So we can't use that, okay?
Sir,
Yeah.
carnivores are dependent on meat.
Depend, okay, yes. Then which other?
Environment is getting degraded.
Degraded, very good. Wonderful.
He was determined to do his job.
He was determined to do his job. Good.
He was demoted.
He was demoted. Very good.
Deteriorate. The human body deteriorates
Deteriorate,
with
yes.
age.
Yes, correct. What else?
Deny. They were denied access to the theater.
Yes, denied. Yes, correct.
Decomposition.
Decomposition, right.
Demand.
Demand. Okay. So can you see that just by knowing certain prefixes, some of the root words, the meaning of the root words, you can get a list of words. So you can improve your vocabulary by leaps and bounds. Are you following? So instead of going to dictionary, what you are supposed to do is to find out the root meaning of that word. Did you all follow what I'm saying? Supposing you come across a new word, you don't know the meaning of that word. So what are you going to do? You're going to first try to find out what is the root word? From where has this word begun? And how do I understand the root meaning of this word? Then you're going to try to find out similar words to that and opposite words to that. Then the usage. Then what are the, substitutes. So this way, working with one single word, you will get a list. And once you understand a pattern in one of these, if you are able to identify a pattern in particular words, you will automatically be able to answer in various other words. Then whether they can be used in sentences. In sentences, how are they used? Whether they're used in which form? Are they used in a tense form? Which kind of tense? So this all will start working progressively. Are you following? So first thing is to work on your vocabulary. And to work on your vocabulary, I gave you the way that you have to use words. So importance is understanding the importance of words. Unless you know the choice of words and the usage of words, this is how you will be able to have. So that's how they are trying to find out. So if you see many questions which are asked, idioms and phrases, or they are asking one word substitution, that is all based on your vocabulary. If you have a good command over the vocabulary, all these questions related to this will become easy. Am I clear? Now look for example this. Let us look for one more example. Now your THANE. So we see in two words, right? DTANE. So D is the prefix and TANE is another root word. Now can you form other words from this?
Curtain.
Okay. Good.
Maintain.
Maintain is already given. Whatever is given,
Oh,
skip that.
Mountain,
Mountain, okay.
captain,
Captain, good.
contain, sustain,
Contain, good.
attend, no, not attend, retain.
Retain, good. It is given already.
Sustain.
Sustain
Okay,
is
I'm
given.
Sir, entertain,
detain.
Entertain, detain is already, we have done detain. Are you following now what I'm trying to tell you?
Yes, sir.
Is it becoming easier?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt now you have where you have not understood anything in this? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Now let us look to a question paper. Can you see the question? I think it's turning. So you can see first question is on ordering of words in a sentence. That means where are you going to place the words in a sentence? Okay. That is the type of question which is asked. Are you following or not following?
Yes, sir.
So can you all see it's already tick mark for your convenience to understand the answers. So I'm just
clearly visible.
Sorry?
Screen is not clearly visible.
Screen is not clearly visible.
Sir, it is rotated in the wrong angle.
Yeah, it is rotated in the wrong angle. Yes, that's right.
Yes, sir.
Now it's visible?
Yes, yes.
त्याला हे करा सर हॉरिझॉन्टल.
हॉरिझॉन्टल केल्यावर ते रोटेट होतं सर.
एक मिनिट. त्याला वर हे करा, मोठं करा. एकच. त्याला रिमूव्ह करा तुम्ही, मी हे करतो.
हा, ओके सर. So, okay, anyway, sir will just present, then I will discuss with you the type of questions which they are asking.
आहे विजिबल सर्वांना?
Yes. So here in this first thing, you can see the directions which are given, right? That means how to order the words, okay? Ordering of the words in a sentence. So now obviously, if you know the usage of words, words are used as a group of words. That means in sentences, in phrases, okay? We use them in phrases. Words are used to form phrases. Phrases are formed as into complete sentences. Sentence is a group of phrases, okay? So where we have, then we have clauses. As you all of you know the basic understanding of grammar. I mean the basic knowledge which you are aware of, right? So you can see, so once you know from where, which, if you understand the words and you understand the groupings in phrases, it will become very easy to solve this section. Have you followed what I'm saying, all of you? See, you look at the first, but perhaps the best way is to agree. There are many. Now we know, now there are many ways of dealing with them without excessive argumentation with intransient customers. Okay. So which is the first, second, third, and fourth. That means how to arrange them. Now we know, grammatically speaking, but will never come as a, because but is normally used in a conjunction. Are you all following what I'm saying? But is normally it is a coordinating conjunction. That means it coordinates or it joins two sentences, it joins two statements together. So definitely the first is not there. That P is not there. It is very clear to make out from this statement. So if you look now, wherever P is at the beginning, that is statement number C gets cancelled. So when C is cancelled, so we have A, B, and D. Okay. Now there are many ways. So there begins as a pronoun. Okay, it begins as a pronoun. So definitely in place of a name of a person, a pronoun is used. So in place of a noun, a pronoun is used. So definitely this, because you can see the third and the fourth statement, grammatically speaking, they are again with and with. They are beginning with with. So obviously statement is not going to begin with unless for a particular proper reason. Okay, so you can very clearly make out that Q. So now there are two options, QPRS or QSPR. So if you try to put them together, join them, supposing say we QPRS, there are many ways of dealing, but perhaps the best way. So definitely it will not be that, but perhaps the best way. So we go to the other one, QS. There are many ways of dealing with intransient customers. Okay. put the subject, verb, object. So you can see it becomes very simple. Are you following what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So if you know the parts of speech, if you know that in a statement, where is the subject? Subject is made of what? Is it made of a noun? Is it made of a pronoun? If you understand that, it becomes very simple to get the ordering of the words in the sentence. It is not difficult at all. Now let us go to the second one. In the years following, India achieved remarkable economic development. Liberalization in the year 1991, the landmark reforms inaugurated via. So now arrange. So you can see that the first one in the years following, again in the years is in between. So that is not going to be the starting of a statement. Okay. So you can see. So that will come. So definitely wherever P is there, A and B, both of them, you can eliminate. I mean, even if you don't have the correct knowledge or you are not able to identify, by this, by a common sense approach, you can eliminate this. That is option A and B. Now, India achieved. So India definitely is a noun. India becomes a noun. Yes or no? So what noun is it? You can see it is capitalized also. So what noun is it? So basic principles of grammar. That means if you have basic knowledge of the understanding of grammar, that when we use a, is it a common noun or a proper noun?
Proper.
Yes, it's a proper noun, correct? So when we use a proper noun, so definitely this statement Q, India achieved remarkable economic development. Okay, so then what? Q, obviously we know A and B is not there. So, and we know only one option is there. So even if you don't know, you can easily able to identify that the option is going to be D. So let us see, India achieved remarkable economic development in the years following liberalization in the year 1990. India achieved remarkable economic development